Business was having a little bump in the road, a little bit of a downturn. And I thought if I continued to look at the checkbook and balance the checkbook, somehow I would figure out how to manage the money better, manage the accounts receivables, manage the payables. Like there was some sort of magic way I was going to make this money work for me. But all it did was create a lot of worry. And the more I worried, the more things looked bleak. Then one Saturday morning, I got a phone call from a girlfriend of mine. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. And although I thought that that was unusual, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I'm just waking up. Ask if I can call her back. One of my kids had answered the phone. And I said, well, ask if you can ask Janet if I can call her back. And David, who was lying in bed next to me, said, Marlene, she wouldn't be calling you this early in the morning if there wasn't something important that she wanted to tell you. And so I picked up the phone, told me the tragic news that the night before, her 18-year-old daughter had died in a tragic automobile accident. And in that moment, I was so ashamed of myself for what I had been doing for months, worrying about how I was going to pay my mortgage, worrying about how I was going to pay the bills, worrying about when we were going to get the next job, the next contract. And she had lost her daughter. And I had the realization that there are so many bigger things in life than money. Because in that moment, when I realized that money was actually there to work for me, it was not something that I was there to always be worried about, because there were so many other important things in life besides money. When I began to look at my financial situation differently, and I started planting the seeds in my head that I actually wanted to grow, seeds of positivity and seeds of abundance, things really started turning around. And our lives began to grow in the direction that I was hoping. Right when I needed it, things began to improve. If you plant worry, like I did with worrying about the money, you're going to harvest fear. If you plant gratitude and seeds of abundance, you'll harvest joy and abundance. If you plant confidence, you'll harvest opportunity. So now I ask you to think about this in retirement. Many people sit on the edge of 62, 65, or even 70, saying, I'll never make it unless the government saves me. I'll never make it unless the market gives me permission. I'll never make it if I don't save X amount of dollars. These are weeds, and they spread fast. But if instead you say, I'll make my retirement work just in time with what I value, with the money I have today, because people are doing that all over the place. They are retiring with much less money than people are saying that they need to retire, and they're making it work for them. So let me ask you this: what are you planting in your mind today? Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and trust your retirement journey. Thank you for watching. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement, and I'll see you next time.